Okay. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about email marketing, the secret to millions. I know you have heard so many times about email marketing. How does this thing bring in this freaking money? And today I want to talk generally about email marketing, how business owners can apply it, how freelancers can apply it. Anybody can apply email marketing and start using it to make a shit ton of money. Okay. This has worked across different niches. Like I have tried it in the real estate, I have tried it in health, I have tried it in finance. Email marketing is the bomb. Okay. Why? The reason this is so is because email marketing doesn't just sell, email marketing builds relationships. There are three reasons your customer will not buy from you, right? Three reasons. Or since the person has never bought from you, let's call the person a prospect. In simpler words, people, right? One, they don't know you or trust you. Two, they might know you or trust you, but they don't like you. Three, they don't have money. You see, there are three reasons people would not buy from you. Number one, they don't know and trust or trust you. Two, they don't like you. And three, they don't have money. Number three is something we cannot control, right? But number one and two, the time we are capable of controlling number one and two, Lord have mercy, we are going to make a whole lot of money. Okay? And this is where email marketing comes in. You can't meet somebody and develop trust for the person immediately. You can't meet somebody and say, oh my God, I love you, I trust you, I'm going to buy from you. In this world where the market is always saturated, this is the 21st century. If the market is not saturated, your target audience, they are always knowledgeable about one thing or the other. In this 21st century, that the market is either saturated or knowledgeable, you need to know how to build trust. You need to know how to gain the customer's trust. A whole lot of them have seen a whole lot of jargon. You ask somebody, why do they not buy something online, for example? They will tell you that they have bought online and all these things they do on Twitter or other platforms, what I ordered, what I got, and the thing will be trending all over the world, right? What I ordered, what I got. And this keeps happening and happening, right? This keeps happening and happening. And there is a reason for it. The internet has made it in such a way that little things like this go viral. Maybe before the internet, things like this might exist, but we will not know, right? Because there's nobody posting it somewhere, or nobody, you might just tell your family, tell your friends, say, okay, don't go to this store, don't buy things online. But now, just a little thing happens somewhere in Costa Rica, the whole world will hear it. CNN, Twitter. In fact, they don't even need CNN anymore. Twitter will carry it. Facebook will carry it and the rest, right? So Information now is nothing, it's global, it's everywhere. Humans in the 21st century are skeptical. Humans in the 21st century, they are very knowledgeable. They know that this looks wrong, this looks scammy. So if you are trying to sell to humans now, if you're trying to sell to people, you need to understand that trust is a very, very important ingredient in that sale. So how do you build trust? One way of seamlessly building trust is through email marketing. Through email marketing. And email marketing doesn't just offer you, okay, let's build trust and go. You should understand that for every trust you're building, you are making money, future money. There is money coming in. So it's just like, I know, have you ever felt that maybe you're putting in effort into something and you are not seeing results? Email marketing is the opposite of that. Any single effort you put in, any atom of consistency, at the end of it, you will see results. That's why email marketing is powerful. It is powerful. Okay? So there are two reasons people will not buy from you. They don't know you or trust you. They don't like you. They don't have money. Number three, we cannot control it. We cannot make people have money. But number one and two, we can control it. As business owners, as freelancers, we can control number one and two. And we can do that through email marketing. In fact, that is what email marketing is designed to do. You send emails, and what do? You are building relationships. The number one mistake a lot of businesses make is when they are sending email, they are selling one thing or the other. Every single time. Come and buy this at this discount. If you open your email right now, you will see them. Amazon, Jumia, different airlines, Eric Airlines. They are always trying to sell you something. And the way to make yourself stand out is by simply being natural. You are trying to build relationships. It is easier when your friend recommends a restaurant to you. You're hungry and you're looking for food, and your friend tells you, see, there's this restaurant I know, that restaurant is the best. Go there. And you know what? Do you know the shocking thing? Their food is cheap. If somebody tells you this thing, you are sold when the person is your friend. Because what? Why? Because you have a certain trust, a certain likeness for that person. So by the time they recommend anything to you, your mom, your sister, your cousin, your friend, you believe them automatically. You might just do a little research online and you are sold. So what does email marketing offer us? Email marketing offers us relationship building. That should be your goal. Don't enter email marketing as someone who wants to make this money today. You can make this money from email marketing. When I say tomorrow, I don't mean figuratively. If you want to start sending email today and make money from it tomorrow, you can do it. But that is not ideal. The ideal thing is, how can I build relationships first before selling to my customers? In a world of people selling to them this and that, if you decide to stand out, build relationship, show them that you care, by the time you decide to sell, it will sell like wildfire. And I'm telling you from experience. And this is why I emphasize on the importance of empathy. If you're a business owner, if you're a freelancer, if you sell any service or product, and you don't have empathy for your customers, stop that business. You need to understand that these people have real life problems. They are passing through things. and you are selling a solution to those things, if you cannot relate to them, if you cannot empathize with them, stop that business. Okay? So, as an email marketer, a business owner who is using email marketing as an instrument, a freelancer who is using email marketing as an instrument to make money, the first thing on your mind is, how can I build relationship with these people? It is not how can I sell and start making millions the next day. That is not what you want. What you want is, how can you build relationships first? That is the primary thing. And you can only build relationships in email marketing by understanding who your customers are. Remember that before you come into email marketing as a whole, there are some certain questions you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself, who are my ideal customers or clients? You don't just go and start selling like a mad person. What problem do they have? See, once you understand the individual, your ideal clients very well, and you understand the problem they have, you become a money-making machine. If you understand the ideal customer, this person you are targeting, this person you're bringing into your email list, and you understand the problem that keeps them up at night, that thing they are passing through that is hurting them, you become a money-making machine. And I'm not telling you this as someone who has tested this once or twice. I've tested this across different industries. Okay? You need to understand that the reason people don't buy are these three things here. They don't trust you. They don't know if you genuinely know their problems or you are after their money. And when you understand their problem deeply, they will know that, oh, this guy really understands me. He can really relate to me. Okay, yes, I will give him my money. You put yourself in your customer's shoes. Some people, they make this mistake when they are now in the position to sell. They don't put themselves in their customer's shoes. At this stage, they are just thinking as a seller. Why not think as a buyer? Before you sell a product, you need to think as a buyer. If a seller is not a buyer first, a seller will make mistakes. You need to be a buyer. You need to put yourself in the buyer's shoes. You need to say, what is this person passing through? If this person is having acne, you go online and look for people with acne. What are they seeing? What are they passing through? Where are they mentally? If you don't know, how can you write about it in your emails? See, if you cannot relate, you cannot sell. You need to understand these fundamentals. If you cannot relate, you cannot sell. So email marketing is a world of its own with a whole lot of money in it, a whole lot of money. But if you want to stand out, if you want to do something different, it should be all about relationship building. And for you to build relationship with random strangers you're just meeting on the internet, you need to deeply understand the customer. You need to deeply understand the customer's problem. Before you present yourself as a solution by selling whatever you want to sell, you need to show them that, see, I know what you're going through. Maybe I've been there before. Maybe I've passed through it before. Or maybe I've not. Or I've seen someone close to me pass through it. Or no, maybe I just deeply relate with you. If it is a service you're offering, you want to tell that business owner that, see, I understand the problem you're passing through, and I'm not just here for the money. If you're selling a product, an acne product, or you're selling whatever you're selling, you need to tell them, see, these things you have been seeing, these problems you have been passing through, I feel you. That is the foundation of building relationships in email marketing. So if you're all about the money, let's make this money, I am sorry. And one thing about email marketing, it can work for, like I said, people who offer services and people who offer products. For example, you're a copywriter and you want to land clients, you can start up an email list of clients in America. How much is ads? You run an ad worth, let's say, $30. You bring them into your email list, you educate them and sell them your service. It is that simple. Maybe you sell, I love using this acne product. So maybe you're selling an acne product. What do? You put out content, draw them into your email list, relate with them, build relationship with them, and sell to them. It is that simple. You should put it at the back of that emails are created for building relationships, not to sell. Okay? So, yes, build relationships. And yes, one way to do that is by telling personal stories. Sorry. How can they relate with you on a deeper level? People only relate with people that are authentic. Sorry, a second. See, they can smell your authenticity a mile away. And they can smell your fake bullshit a mile away. Today's audience can smell your bullshit a mile away. So you need to be authentic. You need to tell personal stories. Of course, these people are your customers and they are currently thinking something. They are currently in a particular state. So you won't say, oh, I learned that I should be authentic, and you go say unnecessary things that don't matter. Say things that they can relate with. Say things in your emails that will push them closer to buying your product. Your customer is here when she comes into your email list. You want to take her here. You'll be drawing her closer, drawing her closer, drawing her closer till you sell to her. You don't just come and try to push her and slam her. It is slowly, slowly, you're leading her. So you need to understand that about your emails. Okay? So if you're trying to take her from here to the sale, You're trying to build a relationship and draw her, say, see, hey babe, I understand you. I understand what you're passing through. Come closer. Oh, babe. Oh, I see what you're passing through. I see what you're passing through. She's coming closer to that sale, right? You're understanding your customer. You're making her trust you. Okay. So at this stage, it's just like you are talking to a woman that you want to be your girlfriend. You cannot make her your girlfriend with her without telling her some secrets, without telling her some things about you, some necessary things. You might not tell her everything that first instant before she said yeah, before she says, yes, I want to be your girlfriend. I don't know if boys these days ask women if they want to be, would you be my girlfriend? I think they just start dating. I mean, I'm still a traditional man. I'll ask the girl, see, we're not here to play. Okay, at a certain stage, I will need to ask you, would you be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Right? So you are asking her at that moment. It's just like you're asking for the sale. But before you do that, when you go out on the first date, second date, you are discussing personal things. You are getting to know each other, right? She's at this table, this end, you are at the other end, you are discussing, you're telling her about your family, this and that. What are you doing? You're building a certain level of trust, a certain level of likeness, right? So you're doing that by telling personal stories, and email marketing is just like that. You are trying to tell this girl, see, I said girl, you're trying to tell this customer, see, I understand what you're passing through. Look at how my life is to have passed through this before, or maybe you might not have passed through that problem. It could be something as simple as, see, I can relate with you, or you tell personal stories about your life, everyday life that will entertain them. That brings us to another part, entertain. You need to understand that email marketing is not about selling and selling and selling. Build relationships, tell personal stories, entertain your customers. Okay, I put it to you the other time that humans have this thing where they love entertainment so much. If you look at the entertainment industry, they are making a hell lot of money. Right now, you can count about 10 actors who are worth more than $100 million in net worth. Why? Because they are into entertainment. Sports entertainment, they are always filthy rich, right? Because what? They are into entertainment. I remember also searching the highest grossing movies. Okay, you can see just the first four is over one, two, three, four, is over $8 billion. Just the first four should be like 10 billion when you add this one. But yeah, you can see that people spend money to be entertained. There is a reason that a James Bond movie will come out and everybody will be freaking out about it. King of Boys movie will come out and everybody's talking about it. There's this one that's been raining, Squid Game, something like Squid Game, a Korean movie. Everybody's raving about it online. Big Brother, Nigeria, everybody is talking about it. So no matter what you do, you need to understand that entertainment is a very, very big industry. But I've not even talked about music. We have not talked about music. The most followed people on Instagram are musicians. They are sportsmen. These are people who entertain you. The reason you go watch a match is so you will be entertained. It's not like you are doing sports. Okay? So humans love entertainment. Humans love entertainment. Why? Because they live boring lives. If when you come to think of it, you will see that apart from let me not generalize. Let's just say 80% of people, what do they do all their lives? They are born, they go to school, they come back. What's the next thing in their life? They go to school again, they keep going to school. After going to school, they start working, they have children, and they keep working. They retire, they die. This is the regular pattern. Up until recently, a lot of Americans don't even travel abroad. They stay within America till they die. A lot of Nigerians don't even have green passports. They don't have their passport, talk more of leaving the country. Although now things are bad and people are trying to find greener pastures. So nobody is saying, I want to travel the world and explore such things. Most people, they don't even have enough money to do that. And most people, they are caught in trying to fend for their family every single day. So at the end of the day, they come back, they are tired, they wake up the same old routine. Some people do that for 30 years of their lives. So humans, they live boring lives. And you cannot come and try to sell to them every freaking time. You need to entertain them. When you entertain humans, they tend to give you your money more. Right? When you entertain humans, they tend to give you money. When you entertain humans, they tend to love you. This is why someone like Justin Bieber will come here and a girl will be screaming, Michael Jackson, people will be screaming. Entertainment, when you entertain people, they love you. And remember, what we just want is for them to like us. We want them to like us so we can sell to them, so they can buy from us. So when you are writing emails, try to build relationships, try to entertain. It is not just about the sale. Okay? Another thing is be original. Be original. I highlighted that. Okay? Don't try to how would I put it? Don't try to be someone who is faking it till you make it. Be original, be simple, right? Tell them simple stories. Tell them something that they can relate with. If you're trying to sell to a big man in Florida who has a direct response company, don't say that you are original and you're telling them something about cow meat or gari or granola. They might not be able to relate to this, right? Tell them something they can relate with. This is why research is very important in email marketing. Okay, so if your customer has acne and you're targeting customers who have acne in the United States, for example, what you do is to go find foods that might cause acne, foods that they eat. You won't go talking about your own food, right? So in the course of generating content for your email, you talk about maybe foods they eat, talk about genetics, you go into doing very simple research. On Amazon, you do simple research that they can relate to it. Okay? So don't say because of you're trying to be original, you go ahead to tell your audience unnecessary things that they cannot relate with. Always make sure that they can relate. Okay? So, we have talked about build relationships, tell personal stories, entertain, be original. Be original, but dance to the tune of your customers' music, right? Be original, but dance to the tune of your customers' music. Don't go um, saying unnecessary things, say things that they can relate to it. Okay, so we're moving forward to how do I get ideas for my emails? How do I relate with my customers? How do I sell them things that will suit into their everyday lifestyle effortlessly? Right? These are the primary things we want. Okay. So can you guys feel me? Are you guys here? If you're here, please comment so that I'll make sure that you are with me. We are on the same page. Okay, great. So if we want to get to the stage, okay. So if we want to get to that level where we are original, but we are telling our customer stories, we need to do research. Take, for instance, our ideal clients. Let's position ourselves this time around as we are maybe freelance copywriters. Right? And our goal is to build an email list. Okay. So I'll give illustrations where we are two different people. This freelance copywriter, what they do, this is a service-based business, right? Then this right here, um, Acne business owner. This is a product-based business. Okay. So this is our objective. And we start with the first question I taught us, which is, let's close this here. Who is our ideal client, right? Remember, this is for a service-based business. Now, when I mean service-based business, these are businesses that sell services. They either sell products, services, or ideas, right? So the two main businesses we have are people who sell products like a cream, like the acne cream we're going to be using as an illustration, or service like copywriters. Copywriters, they own businesses. And what are you doing there? You're selling your service to business owners. Okay. So then ideas, when you're speaking at maybe an occasion, what are you doing? You're selling an idea. You're speaking, you're selling an idea, you're trying to communicate something to them, right? Okay. So what other question did I talk about there? What problem do they have? This is another question you need to ask. Right? So if we want to land a client, for example, as copywriters, what we are thinking is, who is our ideal client? And if you're thinking who is our ideal client, you're thinking, where do these people hang out online? How can I find them? Where do they hang out online? Right? If you don't know where they hang out online, you can't find them out. Okay? Your aim is to, for example, you want to sell a Budweiser beer, right? The ideal place someone, or let's say you want to give free Budweiser beer. The ideal place someone is drinking beer is in a beer parlor, or at a bar, right? If you want to give free beer, that's the best place to shout, hey, free beer for everybody, and they will appreciate you. If you go to a church and shout free beer for everybody, even people who drink beer there will look at you as an idiot. If you go to a mosque, even people who drink beer in the mosque and you say free beer for everybody, they'll be like, who is this idiot? Right? This is how it is. This is how it is. This is how it is designed. Sorry, guys. So you need to know where your customers are hanging out. You need to know where they are before. That's one of the major ingredients in finding out who our ideal clients are. So for example, if we want to find out someone we work with, one good person to work with that will need our service is a copy chief, right? So now we're going to do research. We want to know, where do these copy chiefs hang out? Of course, the easiest way to know that someone is a copy chief, easiest way to know that this person heads copywriters in maybe companies like Agora or Stanberry Institute, right, is by going on LinkedIn. They will not, maybe on Instagram, you will not see them saying copy chief. I am a copy chief on Instagram. You will not see them saying on maybe Facebook, where they mostly relate with their family members, see them saying copy chief. The easiest way to see a copy chief on platforms like LinkedIn primarily, then maybe Twitter. Okay. So let's go on LinkedIn. We go on LinkedIn. Okay. And you see that LinkedIn is where they hang out primarily, right? Then we search copy chief, right? We don't just search copy chief, we search maybe copy chief in America. Right? So you can see different copy chiefs here. These are people that you can see it here. Copy chief at Stansberry. I just talked about Stansberry. Is one big institute like Agora, right? You click connect. Right? So these are people that we are trying to connect with. This is where they are. They are all over here, right? So you can go and simply do something like, interesting. Okay, so you can go and simply do something like you go um, on LinkedIn ads, you go on LinkedIn advertisement and do an advertisement trying to find people like this, right? You try to find people like this guy, people like other people we just searched, tell them to sign up for your email list. They get into your email list, and what do? You build relationships, you nurture them, right? So you can see them all over the place. These are copy chiefs in other places, but the best places to look for them are copy chiefs in America, UK, Australia, right? Then UAE too. But these top three are the primary ones where, okay, these top three are the primary ones where you can see these copy chips, right? You search for them there, note down all of them, and promote ads, draw them into your email list. Or you generate content and try to lure them into your email list. Okay, so your ideal clients, they're on Instagram. You can also go on Twitter. You know, when you go to the ad platform on these places, you will see them. You will see things like what age limits. you'll see what profession, you'll see this and that. You will know how to set all these things. And they will target people who are professionals in this field. You direct them to your email list. You make sure that that ad you're putting out there is a filter. So if they are not copy chiefs, they will never want to be part of it. If they are not interested in marketing or copywriting, they will not want to be part of it. Right? So a lot of these people, they live in places like in America, they live in places like Florida and Miami. This is the home of copywriting in America. Okay. So little things like this are things that you simply set on these platforms and send them to your email list, right? So who is your ideal client? So you find them out, and what problem do they have? You need to know that these people, they are always in need of copywriters. They want more copywriters every single time. Because what does copywriting do? Copywriting helps them sell. It helps businesses sell their products or services, whatever they're offering. So they're always looking for a young copywriter, a newbie copywriter who can help them sell their product in a different manner. Maybe they are continuously selling an alarm clock this way, this way, this way, but they are looking for a copywriter that can come and sell that alarm clock in a different angle that will bring in more customers to their business, right? So they are always in need of copywriters. Here, you go ahead to massage their problems. In your emails now, you tell them that, see, you deeply understand what marketing is all about. You deeply understand how their craving for a copywriter is. In your emails, what do? You show that you know your stuff. You show that you know your onions. You show that you know this email copywriting of a thing. You show that you know copywriting as a whole. So what do you? You're sharing tips about copywriting, sharing tips about marketing. They don't want to employ somebody that doesn't know his onions, right? So they want to employ somebody who is knowledgeable in this field. And when you are nurturing them, when you are building relationships with them, you are simply doing what? Sharing different knowledge. They already know these things, but they want to know that you know it. So their problem here is just making sure that they are not paying $2,000 to somebody that cannot deliver, right? This is their major problem, okay? So you see that here, we have gone on to answer two major questions, which number one is, who is our ideal client? Number two is, what problem do they have? right? So they don't want, maybe because these big guys, they spend like $10,000 on advertisement, $10,000 on pushing out your copy. They don't joke with distribution of whatever they have. They might have a good, one major problem people have is they have good products, but they don't know how to distribute it. They don't know how to market it and sell it across the world, right? But these people, that's not their problem. They are very good at distribution. They are very good at promoting their stuff. So they are spending like $10,000 in promoting their stuff, and they are paying you like $2,000 or $1,000. They don't want to have wasted $11,000, and at the end of the day, you don't deliver. So these are their fears. This is the problem they are avoiding. So what do? You nurture them, you build relations, you entertain them, you tell them at the end of the day that, see, I am the solution to your problem. I will not only deliver well, I will deliver on time. And at the end of the day, you will be proud of my service as a copywriter. Okay, so let's move on to a product-based business. Okay, so when it comes to okay, so when it comes to Acme, okay, what is our objective for having an email list here? Our objective is simple. Right? This is our primary objective here. And who is our ideal client? Here, customer should be the word. Okay, our ideal clients might be nutrition, Nigeria, age 20 to 30, right? Basically, their problem is acne, right? So there are certain things that comes with having acne, things like lack of confidence, things like when you have acne, you're no more confident in yourself. You lose self-esteem, you have low self-esteem, you might um, despise speaking in public, you might, what else? You might just have, maybe you might begin to hate yourself. These are the things you talk about in your emails. You need to relate with them. If not, you cannot sell to them, right? So your email list will be built around these their problems, around telling them that you deeply understand what they are passing through. Okay? Then you prefer a solution to them, which is your product at the end of the day, telling them that your product will not only solve their problem, but bring a permanent solution to their acne forever, something like that, right? So it's not something that will happen and reoccur. It will be something that will, once it takes place, it will be gone forever. Once you rub this cream and stuff like that. So what are you trying to do here? You're trying to make sure that they relate, that you can relate with them, they can relate with you. Let them know that, see, you have been in their shoes. You have passed through this, before, or you deeply understand them, maybe because your daughter was like that. You know, there are different stories to tell, but make sure that your brand has a story. Make sure that any business you are doing, there's a particular story behind it, right? Like maybe myself, I started copywriting not long and I rose to the top. I just got a message now, like while in this class, someone sent me something that um, a big business was talking about me on LinkedIn, that they screenshotted what I said and posted on LinkedIn. And I was trending on marketing Twitter. That's under how many months? Under how many years? Right? So that's my story. You need to have a story to tell. You need to have a sort of story to tell, one way or the other. So make sure that when you are selling this your product, when you are selling this your service, you are telling a story one way or the other. Give me a second. Okay. So make sure you are telling one story. You make sure that your brand has a story behind it. Don't just go saying nonsense. Okay. So every serious brand has a story behind it. Some people, there is this popular girl on LinkedIn, maybe trying to sell her copywriting service. She says she's gay. She said she is from a third world country. She said she is, what else? But you see that she keeps saying something like she is that unicorn in this third world country where they don't like gay, they don't like this, maybe copywriting, they don't accept freelancers. One day she will need to leave this country and stuff, and it's working for her. Right? So there's also this guy on LinkedIn that is putting out that he's a femboy. You know, the other things that work, just have a story behind your brand. It could be anything at all. So, excuse me. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, in the comment section, am I the only one who is Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Is it loud enough?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, that's that about that. You see that you need to first understand the core of what you're doing. You don't just start an email list. You need to know what is my objective, what's the end goal of this thing. If my network is going a little off and on. Okay, so you need to know what's my end goal for this thing. You don't just start an email list. When you have an end goal, when you start an email list with an end goal, it gives you direction, you're specific. You know what you're doing every single time, right? Then who is our ideal customer? You need to know who you're selling to every single time. Randomly, just pick yourself up, go and Google about them, right? If you are maybe trying to do something on acne, so Reddit acne, um, Amazon.com acne. We're trying to find out, look at different products out there. See this one here with a lot of reviews. We click it, right? We just want to go into the heads of our customer. Let's look for their reviews, comments they are saying, and the comments they are making, what they are saying. Yes, how to. You see, so they're complaining about dryness, rash, and bumps, stuff like that. You know, you talk about that in your email. These are the things that will give you ideas for your emails. If you don't understand the conversations your customers are having, how would you know what to talk about in your emails? These are where your ideas come from. Okay, so if you're reading this, you see this person narrating their personal story. So when you read these personal stories all over the place, you see that you begin to relate with what problem people who have acne are passing through. Okay, so is that relatability that these people are looking for? If you go to different comment sections, you see that they will tell you something like, look at this idiot that you okay. You can even see what this person said here. I had the most terrible acne. No, I'm not talking about a small, tiny excuse of a blemish that your friend with great skin complains about. People who have acne, I don't know why they tend to be like a little antagonistic because they pass through a lot actually. So they go like, this one, is it even acne? Look at my face. You understand? They love to say things like that. So you need to know how to relate with them in that way. Okay, so if you go back to the comment section, you'll see people's comments. Avoid touching your face. Me touching my face the entire video. 366 likes. So you see that people who are into who have acne, they tend to always touch their face. Okay, so you see that the people, a lot of people who have acne are commending it. So you also watch videos like this to know what to talk about. There's something I said here. I said, feed your mind. If you don't feed your mind, you will not have something to say. If you don't garbage in, you cannot garbage out. So if you are a business owner selling an acne product, go online, Google about acne, talk about it. Okay? Away from that, if you are also a copywriter that was employed to write as a business owner, because when they employ you, what are you doing? You're writing as a business owner, you're writing emails for that business owner to the business owner's customers. You also do this kind of research. You need to feed your mind. If not, you will not have anything to write about in those emails, right? So you watch these videos, you read the comment section. So you need to know that this video is awesome. Okay. So you can see from all indication, it's so disgusting. I don't like seeing such things. Okay, so you can see also here, they are talking about not touching your face with your hands. Maybe it helps bring out the acne more or something. So you talk about that in your emails. You make a video on fructose metabolism. You go and Google what is fructose metabolism and how does it affect acne. Just simple fructose metabolism acne. There was a suggestion that we skipped. Yeah, I saw something Reddit before. Okay, so okay, so when you keep reading all this, you keep feeding your mind, and you when it's time to write emails, you write seamlessly, it just flows. Okay, so there's something like back acne. For I may have fructose this. Apparently 30% of the population has it. This you open again. You see that research doesn't stop. You are simply just things like this no longer available. Okay. Okay, so all this at the end of the day, you see foods that they say don't eat or whatever, you tie them into the main thing, which is you're generating content for emails. That is how to write emails. And how do you get ideas for your emails? This is simply it. You get ideas from your emails by just randomly Googling, leisurely Googling about these things, right? Then there's something about emails. your headline needs to be on point. Your subject line needs to be on point. Is your subject line that sells your emails immensely. Okay, if you look here, you'll see some enticing subject lines. You shocked the hell out of me. God-fearing woman that's a porn star. You're an addict. Marriage talk again. Ronald Zimura walked up to me. I was shocked at his audacity. I was never a saint. Warning 18 plus. These are subject lines that will draw you in. You need to be intentional about the subject lines you use in your emails, right? So that when they click, they are drawn in. When they see you, you're saying something different. It is always nice when your subject line looks like you're about to tell a story. That draws people in more. Okay? When your subject line looks like you're about to tell a story, it draws people in way more. Okay? So when you need to understand this, that generating subject line comes from anywhere. He said that's Foster's subject line gets me every time I read it. God share woman that is a porn star. So yeah, you see that people will never open until you do something different. Okay? A pattern interrupt, something that is different from what they see every day, something that will shock them, something that will blow their minds away. That is what people want to see. So when they see your subject line, they need to see something entertaining, something different. Other people are trying to say, get 50% discount on this. Other people are trying to sell them something. Other people are using generic emails. But this one, what's happening here? This one, you are doing something different. You're selling later on, you're selling an email that has a story-based subject line. People are more drawn to it. Okay. So I'll rather we talk about writing emails in details in our next class. But this first class, I am emphasizing on making sure that you're starting emails for the right reason. You're doing your research for the right reason. You know where to do your research. You know what to write about. Your ideas never stop pouring in when you're doing your research, when it is all about your customers. When you are looking for their problems online, your ideas for your emails, they never stop. In my spare time, I just go on Twitter and look for newbie copywriters just to look for their conversations so that I can send emails that will benefit them. You see people shouting, how did you know this about me? Number one, I look at the conversations they are having regularly in comment sections on Twitter. I also know most of these things because I pass through it. Okay, so yes, these are ways to do your research. Next time, I'll talk about subject line in details. I'll talk about how to make sure your emails sell. Let it look like teaching, but you're selling. Your emails look like teaching, but they are selling. Okay, so I'll also talk about that in our next class. Okay. So yeah, that's that about today's class. Actually, a kind of short class, I think, but the main thing is, how did you absorb what was taught today? make sure that you go and practice this thing I just taught you, so that in the next class, you can drop in your questions, you can send in your questions after practicing, right? Send in your questions, then we'll tackle them. Okay.